タイガースからドジャースへの移籍が決まったタリク・スクーバルが日本時間3日にチームへ合流しました。試合前には多くの関係者がスクーバルの加入について言及し、新戦力への期待を口にしました。スクーバルはこの日の試合、3回表の途中にドジャースのベンチへ姿を見せ、デーブ・ロバーツ監督と笑顔で言葉を交わしました。この様子を見たベンチリポーターで元ドジャースのクレイトン・カーショーは驚いた様子を見せました。放送席から感想を求められると、ドジャーブルーをまとっているのは奇妙だよ。本当に奇妙だけど、ここにいる人たちはすぐに慣れるだろうね。と笑顔で語りました。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
Future Hall of Famer, three-time Cy Young Award winner Clayton Kershaw. And speaking of Cy Young Award winners, the story in baseball, at least here, is the rich get richer.
Tarik Skubal's a Dodger, Bob, and that's a big deal around here, and that's a big deal for all of baseball, like you said. So he's the best in the game, one of the best in the game, and just adds to an already pretty unbelievable starting staff.
You think about what they do now. They've got Yamamoto, they've got Sasaki, they've got Robleski, who was an all-star this year. They've got Snell and Glasnow on the way back. Diaz, the closer, has returned. Sheehan, tonight's starter against Jake Bennett of the Red Sox, almost certainly has to go to the bullpen. I mean, it's a nice problem to have, but...
It's a great problem to have. They're going to take the best 13 guys come October. It's a little bit of a tryout for the guys you mentioned, right? Starting with Shee tonight. He's obviously one of the best 13 arms that they have, but he's proven that he can do it in the bullpen too. But when you get a guy like Skubal, you just put him in and make everything else work.
As a great left-hander, break Skubal down for us. What is it that makes him so effective?
Oh, he's just so much power. I think that's the biggest thing. His fastball, his four-seam, and his two-seamer, two of the best fastballs in the game against left and right. And then when you talk about Skubal, you got to talk about his changeup. His changeup is one of the best strikeout pitches in the game, if not the best, and you're going to see it a lot in Dodger Blue.
There were a lot of teams, at least in terms of speculation, in the mix, possible trade for Skubal, but with almost all of them, he would have been a rental. Here, the Dodgers have the wherewithal to keep him, unless after a lockout there's a strict salary cap somehow imposed. The Dodgers, in theory, have the wherewithal to keep him, and once he arrives here, he's got to like the winning culture. There's a good chance, I would think, that he's a long-term Dodger.
I mean, this is obviously a great place to play, and there's been a culture in place here for a long time, but at the end of the day, Tarik knows, the Dodgers know, they're here for 3 months. They're trying to win this next World Series, win 3 in a row, and they'll figure out next year.
Yeah, so for me, I get asked this question about clubhouse chemistry and what makes it tick for us. And I think what's so great about this team is once you walk through those doors, it's never anything about the name on the back. It's all about the name on the front. We have the greatest player to probably play this game ever. And when you walk through those doors, all he's trying to do is win for the Dodgers. The egos get checked. And everyone just comes together for a common goal, and that's to win the World Series. And when you have guys that are selfless like that, that's what makes things special. And obviously the front office, and they do their homework trying to find those guys. And it's hard. It's a big puzzle piece, and you're trying to work it out. And obviously the trade deadline is going on. You make trades, and you try and hope they fit in too. But we got a great group of veteran guys in this clubhouse that welcome in the new guys, and you just make it work.
What's your Tarik Skubal scout?
Oh, man, I'm glad he's on our side now. Whenever you see the Tigers on the schedule, you kind of circle like, oh, are we going to draw Tarik or are we not going to draw him? But, it's fun to be part of an organization that goes out there and tries to win every single year. We have a great farm system that drafts well. We develop well, that teams want our guys, and credit to our front office to go out there and, go get those star players to hopefully win a championship again.
What's your plan against Skubal?
Hopefully he throws one and I swing and it hits it. There's no other plan against Tarik. Back-to-back Cy Youngs for a reason. One of the best pitchers in the game, and glad we have him now.
That smile says it all.
You guys got Skubal yesterday. How nice is it that the front office isn't taking anything for granted?
Yeah, it's a statement from this organization to the rest of the league and the world. They're not just satisfying with what happened the last couple of years. And we had a little conversation with Doug the other day, the position player group, and he's really into winning this year. So he say, obviously he cares about winning the last two, and it's really important for him and for us. but he say he don't really care about what happened the last 2 years. He wants to win this year. So it's kind of like a press button for us to kind of continue to go and not let the rest of the league caught up to our standards, and we just gotta keep it up there. And for the front office to go out there and lend that punch is really impressive. And I really appreciate the front office and the ownership that we have, because they really committed the same way that we commit every single day to put our body on the line. Every time something like that happens, I think about Freddie Freeman in 2024, Shohei when he played with a dislocated shoulder. So it's not just the players doing anything that they can to put themselves out there and play every single day, regardless of what's gonna looks like in the future. But the front office doing the same thing and not being comfortable with just winning 1 or 2 championships.
How did you find out last night?
After the game, I came here and the guys were kind of like on social media. I think it was by the time that you guys were in here in the clubhouse, and it was kind of surprising, but at the same time not, because we are confident always that the Andrew and Gomer and the guys in the front office are going to do whatever it takes to put us in the best position to win.
You guys have gotten used to adding starters. Does it ever, like, that moment change at any point? Does it get old almost, like, to get guys like that? Does it feel like this sort of injection of energy every single time you guys try to do that?
For me, after the game last night, it was really difficult, because we just lost a series, and it's never like easy to kind of like feel like nothing happened, you know, and we just got this guy that's going to help us win the World Series. I think that's going to start like kicking in a little bit more when we see him in the locker room, when we see him pitching, when we see him perform. I think we're all excited to have Tarik here, and we heard nothing but good things about that guy and the competitor that he is. We already know from the other side. Many guys here play with him. Alfonso was in the Tigers organization, and he was telling me yesterday how good of a guy he was with everybody else. So I'm excited to get to know him. But at the same time, we just keep ourselves like kind of with the blinders on and continue to look forward to what we want to accomplish. Yeah, it's going to look great, and it's going to take a lot of pressure from other guys too, because we all know what Yamamoto did last year, but that's really hard to do, and it's really hard to kind of like reply that on back-to-back years, and you go on with everybody on the roster, and we know we getting Tyler back from an injury, we're getting Blake back from an injury as well. Obviously, everybody's talking about the big four, right, and plus Shohei, but we're talking like Robleski's having an amazing season, and he can be in a conversation to start some games for us too. So Sheehan have the opportunity to get better and continue to pitch well. So you never know what's going to happen in baseball, and that is something that you always want to have.
And with Skubal, and kind of what was it like going through yesterday and ending up with another big acquisition?
What's today? Sunday? Friday it started picking up a little bit, but yesterday was much more aggressive back and forth and a lot of different conversations. Obviously, being on our side, we didn't really know how long the process was going to go, whether it was going to go into Sunday, into Monday, but obviously we were of the mind to be aggressive and try to get a deal done. I mean, we were of the mind to be aggressive for one player. This deadline, unfortunately, we were able to line up.
Andrew, you said that you didn't see any acute needs for your roster, but did you see a want with Skubal, and if so, what kind of changed that calculus?
Yeah, I think that's fair. When I was here the other day and talking through our starters, we feel the exact same way about them, and where they are in their progression and the confidence we have in their returning. Obviously, there are no guarantees in terms of other things happening. We don't know what the world's going to look like at the end of September. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't think we went into this saying this is an acute need. But as we've talked about a lot, whenever there's a star-level player that is available that can really shift championship odds, those are the moments that we'll be more aggressive. And we've tried and other instances and not lined up, and others where we have. But I think being by the backboard and doing everything we can to put ourselves in the best position with the core we have right now, with the way they go about their preparation to do everything they can to win a championship, when we can add to that and enhance our chances, we're going to be aggressive to do so.
Andrew, in your mind, does this kind of take some of the pressure off Shohei Ohtani coming back from that knee to pitch for you? And does adding a Skubal maybe change the calculus in any way of how cautious you'll be with that, given what he means to the lineup?
I mean, what I said the other day, I still feel about Sho. We're as confident as we can be that he's going to be back and he's going to start throwing soon and building back up. You can never perfectly predict the future, but if you said, hey, place a bet on it, I would be very confident placing it that he will be back pitching. I guess from my standpoint, I really hope we get to the end of the season and everyone's healthy and feeling good and strong, and that's the best kind of tough decisions and figuring that out that we could possibly have, and we would welcome it.
How do you respond to the blowback the Dodgers are breaking baseball? What's your response to that?
Passionately disagree. Again, this is about the partnership that we have with our fans who come out 50,000 large, and the passion that they have for this team. The guys in that clubhouse who are doing everything they can to put us in position to win a World Series. And fortunately, through the incredible work by our scouting staff, our player development staff, our front office analytics group, all of our different departments have their fingerprints all over this. And so it's put us in position to not only be competitive here, but also to have a really strong farm system, which then puts us in position to be able to have these type conversations. And so I think it's incredible work by a lot of people that have allowed for this. And it's special, and we're not going to be flippant about this moment in time and how special this group, this, era can be in the history of, this incredibly storied organization. And we're going to do everything we can to keep doing what we can to win the last game of the year.
I would imagine you've gotten a lot of interactions either in person or via text from Dodgers players. I'm wondering if you could share any of those reactions from them in pulling this off.
No, I mean, they were fired up, obviously. Again, this starts in the off season, gets into spring training, all the work and effort that goes into it. I've talked about this a lot. When you walk through this clubhouse before a game, every guy is doing something to help us win a game that night. And that level of commitment, I think, is rare, and I think it's unusual. And for us, it's about supporting that, backing that up as much as we can. And so I think, they were fired up. We're appreciative of everything they do, and it's just really strong in that way. And I will say that obviously watching playoff baseball outside of when the Dodgers play is fun for me. You don't have a rooting interest. You can just sit back and enjoy the theater of October baseball. Watching Tarik Skubal pitch in the playoffs last year was must-see TV. I was in awe watching the energy, the dominance he exhibited there, and I can't wait to see it in Dodger Blow.
The league, and now we have it as a teammate, so that's a really good plus for us.
How did you guys find out? Just on Twitter? And
yeah, I found it on social media after the game, so it was pretty fun when a lot of friends started calling me.
Were a lot of you guys still in here when the news?
I think I was on my way home when I saw it. Yeah, I was on my way home. And I was with my driver, and we started talking about that. Like we have a real chance now to win another World Series.
Skubal has made it into the building to say hello to his manager, who just made a pitching change. But Dave Roberts has a moment to talk to the new guy. That is a sight that Dodger fans have got to love, and for Tiger fans, if they're watching this telecast, it is very weird.
Kirsch, you're down there. How's he looking, the Dodger blue?
It's weird. It looks real weird, but I think everybody around here will get used to it pretty fast.
That was just now, just moments ago. Tarik Skubal got here from Sacramento where the Tigers were playing. And so he is here meeting his new teammates. That is just a strange sight in the first place. There's a game going on, and Tarik Skubal is tapping people on the shoulder to say, "Hi, I'm Tarik. Nice to meet you."
Kirsch, you got to know him a little bit as a teammate in the WBC?
Yeah, I got to play with him. It was really fun, man. Like, that whole team was special to get to do that. But Scoobs is great. He's a great teammate. He's a lot of fun. He loves pitching. He loves to talk pitching. And he really wants to get better. That'll work.
The Kirsch, you know, the challenge of Ohtani rehabbing at the big league level, right? Compared to, he can't go down to the minors.
Yeah, when Shohei tries to start ramping up again, they kind of ran into this last year, is that, you know, he ramps up one time a day and he's got a hit in the game. So it's like, well, I'm not going to throw a sim game to rehab and then cool down and then try to hit in the game. He kind of prefers to do it all at one time. So that usually means rehabbing during the game, in essence, you know, pitching 1 or 2 innings in the game to open and then have the bullpen come in after that. So it's just a unique situation when you talk about Shohei and what he has to do to build back up for pitching. And I don't envy it. I don't know how he does it and keeps it all straight and actually does it at an elite level like he does. So, but yeah, that's what the battle is when he comes back here in the next couple weeks or whenever it may be.
Well, and Oral was talking before the break about the trust tree, right, for teams going to the playoffs, for the Dodgers very likely going to the playoffs once again. You have that trust in Shohei Ohtani when he is on the mound, so that is one guy who's as close to a guarantee that you don't have right now on your staff.
Yes, and the trust tree begins with him. He might be the trunk.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
glad you're here.
Yes, thank you.
Does Freeman have all the records on
this
one
one? Pretty much.
Yeah, he has it
everywhere.
He has the records on Cleveland.
Hi, teammate.
How's it going?
How are you doing? Yeah.
Great job yesterday.
Thank you. Good job.
Took you long enough, bro.
Welcome.
Hi, Tarik. Welcome, buddy. How you doing? Good, good, dog.
Kind of leaves me out.
I didn't want to say that.
I know.
Hey, Lizzie, come get your work.